Hi, everyone. Welcome to our immune support workshop. This is following our full moon yoga and oils practice that we have just done, which this month, full moon, it focused on process of grief. And we just participated in a grief ritual. And the way that this relates to our immune system has to do with a lot of different aspects. One in particular that I'm going to talk with us about is called apoptosis, which is healthy cellular death. And this is a term that I first learned about a couple years ago in my education with doTERRA. And it was specifically when we had an oil called pink pepper released. And I'm going to talk about that later. So the reason apoptosis is so important is because it allows our cells to healthily pass away. And we often in our culture celebrate the birth of new things so much, and we often don't celebrate the death and the release much. And so this is something I believe that in our culture, we will benefit from greatly, to be able to have a healthy balance of life and death. And apoptosis specifically is talked a lot in cancer because not having healthy cellular death is what leads to cancer. So if you practiced yoga with us just now, one of the things that I want to communicate with you is that if you are doing your own yoga practice and you are in a process of grief or just getting familiar with your own daily process and your own daily practice, these are some basic concepts around the inhale and the exhale. I don't have written down here the principles of the breath that I so often refer to, which are the inhale is from above and the exhale is from below. But you can see here that the inhale is the heating and energizing aspect of the breath. It's opening and stimulating it because it comes from above. It arches the spine as it lifts your heart, and it expands your whole body. The inhale always brings air into the torso through the nose or the mouth. It brings air down into the body, actually, because the diaphragm softens and relaxes and it drops down, actually opening up space in the chest cavity for air pressure, which is actually stronger, to be pushed, in a sense, into the body. So we literally receive the breath. We don't even have to try to grasp it because it just comes to us. So these are all aspects of the inhale. And I put in here visualizing the sun because there's a relationship there with the sun always giving, always giving its light and its heat and its energy that can be supportive of these characteristics of the inhale as well. So then with the exhale, we have some of the opposite there. So cooling and releasing, strengthening and grounding. Our exhale does come from below. There's always, as I just said, the inhale, the diaphragm relaxes and drops down. In the exhale, the diaphragm contracts. There's a little strengthening that the diaphragm does as it contracts and it pushes the air up and out of our chest cavity. And so that strengthening at the base of the spine is real. And it's also the grounding aspect of the breath and the body. So in the opposite way that the inhale arches the spine, the exhale, I said, flexes the spine. So we can just see some opposite kind of movement. Think a little bit of like a slinky, moving back and forth. So again, as the inhale expands the whole body, the exhale contracts and the limbs move back towards your torso. So I put these here because if you are doing a personal practice, these are some basic concepts. that you can use to start experimenting even with how your own body wants to move in a way that your breath is initiating and guiding your practice. So these are just some characteristics of the inhale and exhale that are going to be important as we move on and talk about how this relates to immune support. And then the last one here with the exhale, visualizing the moon, just the opposite of the sun. The exhale has a little more to do with the moon because we can think of the phases of the moon and how we do release with the moon. We see its own light come and go. And so exhale, giving over, releasing, letting go. These are some aspects that we can associate with the moon. So again, we did some of these postures just now in the class. We didn't do so much shaking, but especially if you have energy at the beginning of the class, do some shaking. When we've got a lot of emotion. I'm sitting on a bouncy ball right now, so I can sort of bounce up and down, but sun salutations are very energizing to the body. They will increase the inhale and the exhale, but they'll bring energy into the body. So yang and yin asana, just a way to think about some of these aspects of heating and cooling. So the yang asanas are the ones that are going to bring more energy. And if we have a lot of energy, particularly as we were talking about moving with grief, if there's maybe if we're in a process of anger, there can be a lot of energy and we might need to really help that be expressed. So sun salutations, strong warrior postures, balancing postures that really engage a lot of strength through the legs. These are all really helpful. So in terms of, in terms of your breath here, focusing on this strong inhale, this is for the yang asana, and then a pause after the inhale, and then the exhale and the pause after the exhale. So you can have this real strong inhale and the pause after the inhale when we're focusing on the yang aspect as opposed to the yin aspect. And so for when we're feeling more depleted and maybe we don't have the energy, or we realize that we really need to focus on slowing down and soothing our mind and body, then we cannot have as much focus on the inhale with the breath and instead let the inhale be quite gentle. And here with yin asana, let the exhale be long, let the pause after the exhale be the focus. And the asanas of apanasana, lying on your back with your knees to your chest, one of the most regenerative asanas that you can do, actually considered the most regenerative, because you're literally just laying there, but your limbs are above your torso. And so the blood is coming easily back to the heart. So it's actually known as an inversion, just like headstand, shoulder stand, the king and queen of the asanas. Apanasana is so simple. Anyone can do it. And you can also just let the legs rest on a chair or a sofa, and it's deeply therapeutic. And then balasana, child's pose. You can do that supported if that's uncomfortable for your knees or your legs in any way, or your head maybe doesn't quite reach the floor. Find some ways to support yourself, but relaxing into balasana, child's pose, is an incredible posture of surrender and really giving over. And then again, forward folds and twists, these both facilitate and emphasize the exhale. So with the yin asana, that's more of the focus with the breath. So then pranayama, being some breath techniques that you might want to conclude with. Nadi Shodhana is alternate nostril breathing, which we can practice. And then Chandra Badana and Surya Badana are known as the moon pranayama or the sun pranayama. And the Chandra Badana is the cooling, the moon, as we just looked at on the last one. And the Surya is the sun, so more the heating side. And so like Nadi Shodhana, which alternates the nostrils back and forth, we are going to breathe in and out of both nostrils in Chandra Badana and Surya Badana, but we're only going to go in one direction in each of those. So in Chandra Padana, where we're cooling the body, we're inhaling the left, exhaling the right, inhaling left, exhaling right. And Surya Badana, we're doing the opposite. Inhaling right, exhaling left, inhaling right, exhaling left. So if someone is very depressed and they need to bring some energy to help lift them and revitalize them, Surya Badana can be very helpful to help the body become more stimulated. And then Chandra Badana, of course, is the opposite of that. So if we're overstimulated or very anxious, and we need to help ourselves come down, that's a better one to focus on. And also please consider, if you're doing these, what part of the day you're going to be doing your practice in, because we don't want to do anything too heating or stimulating at night. So Chandra Badana in the evening is always going to be beneficial to help us have a good night's sleep. Now let's talk about some oils and things that are going to support our immune system. And this is a collection of our immunity track. And we have 3 kits here. So our top group here, this is our first immunity kit. Down here, our second immunity kit. And down at the bottom, our third immunity kit. And we're going to get into some of the specifics of these. But I want to let you know that these are all available through your loyalty rewards program. So you do need to be a wholesale member with doTERRA in order to sign up for your loyalty rewards program. And then you can get these, and these are designed to save you money and also really help you hone in on one specific area of your health that you want to target. So we have these wellness tracks for quite a few different areas to target. So the other ones include pain relief, mind and mood support, sleep, and wellness, general wellness kit as well. And we have new ones coming out all the time. So our immunity kit, let's look at this. These are just some of the essential oils and the blends and the single oils and the capsules that come in those kits. I'm going to back up here just a little so you can see them again. Now, you might want to take a screenshot. I'm going to go back to this one here of just the names of all these. These are just a few of the ones that are in those kits that I want to just briefly talk about today and talk about how they can help your immune system. So On Guard, this is known as our protective blend. And if we go on to this screen, we can see that on the right-hand side there, the oils that are in the On Guard oil are cinnamon bark, wild orange, eucalyptus, clove, and rosemary. Now, clove has the highest antioxidant value of any plant that we know of. And so the reason this is important is because this is about boundaries. Eucalyptus is also known as the oil of wellness, and I think of wholeness. Okay, so both of these have to do with really creating integrity in our cells and creating a strong protective boundary to keep our immune systems supplied with what they need to combat any threats. So cinnamon bark also is wonderful, and it's heating. Wild orange, as you can see down here at the bottom, has myrcene and limonene in it, which are so helpful for our immune system as well, because that helps our immune system stay strong. And it also helps our emotional and our mindset with the limonene. It is a very uplifting oil. All of the citrus oils they're all very high in this compound called limonene. And our mental emotional state is a very important piece of making sure that our immune system is strong. And so uplifting our mindset is one of the main things that we actually can do to support our grief rituals and our immune system in staying healthy and strong. So some of the other oils that are here that I'm gonna just highlight on this page are Breathe. And this is the top left corner. You can see all the oils that are in Breathe: lemon, laurel leaf, again, eucalyptus, ravensara, ravenstarra, different, peppermint, cardamom, tea tree. I want to highlight in here the peppermint because all of the mints are very helpful also in lifting the spirit, kind of like we just talked about with the citrus oils. And I also want to just highlight that Breathe is known as our respiratory blend. There are some other oils now that we have available to support our respiratory system. One of them in particular is called Air X. And I particularly use both of these oils and anoint the body. And I've done this before, but this is a place here, this little indentation. If you can see, it's where our collarbone and our shoulder start to come together. And there's a little soft place there. You can feel it with your fingers. And that's known as your lung point in Chinese medicine. And using the Breathe oil or Air X or peppermint or even spearmint or eucalyptus here, these all not only support our respiratory system, which is going to help support our immune system, but these are also help supporting grief. And this is where this beautiful correlation intersects, where in Chinese medicine, the lungs are what are known to hold grief. So this is a key component if you are focused on a grief process in how you can support yourself during this time. Now, a couple of these other blends here at the top that are available in the immunity kits are Purify, which also has lemon and lime, some more citrus oils, and the citronella as well. Cilantro down there is very detoxifying, and tea tree, which is also in the Breathe oil as well as the Purify. Tea tree, as many people know, is known as the oil of energetic boundaries. So again, like clove oil being the oil of boundaries, tea tree oil is equally as supportive in helping us maintain these strong, healthy boundaries that are going to keep our immune systems supported in doing their job and keeping out any threats to cells. So Purify is a great one for diffusing around the house, as is Breathe. And then the stronger blends that you see there, that is part of the kids collection. And the kids collection is amazing. And I want to highlight the kids collection and also the emotional aromatherapy collection, because both of those collections have 6 different oils in them. Actually, kids has 7 now, I think. But those 6 or 7 different oils in those collections are important to understand. And there's a video that I have recorded for you about the mind and emotions and how oils can be used to really support that aspect. And please watch that, because it will give you an understanding of the other oils in those collections and how these 6 or 7 oils together comprise a whole offering of the different plant constituents and these chemical components that come from different plant materials. And we know that different plant families offer different chemical components that have very specific effects in the body. So again, thinking about wild orange down there, we know that wild orange is high in this limonene and specifically D-limonene. And we know that this D-limonene has a serotonin response in the body, and that serotonin response is what literally gives us that happy feeling. So this is where the science of understanding these oils is so powerful. And these kids collections and the emotional aromatherapy collection both give you the full wheelhouse of the chemical components so that you can address all of these parts of your emotional well-being. So for your immune system, Stronger and On Guard are wonderful ones to look at here. Stronger has very different oils, as you can see: Litsea, cedarwood, frankincense, and rose. These are incredible, and they're also so safe for kids to use. And in this roller bottle, this comes pre-diluted in fractionated coconut oil, so it's very safe to apply directly onto the skin. And the kids collection, we actually encourage the kids to learn how to use these oils. They're these beautiful little cards, so they can very easily go to them and feel safe, and parents can feel safe about their kids using them. So I want to look at these last couple oils down here. Let's just skip down to oregano on the bottom. This is one that is high in thymol and carvacrol. And so these are some of the most intense components we can have for just eliminating bacterial threats in the body. And when we need to really support our immune system with something strong, oregano is one of the heavy hitters. And just jumping over to the other opposite corner, the On Guard Plus Protective Soft Gels, highlighting that the On Guard Plus, these have more than just the On Guard oils in them, because we have the wild orange clove, cinnamon bark, and eucalyptus there, and the rosemary, but we also have black pepper, oregano, and melissa in the On Guard Plus soft gels. And those three are known as some of the most intense immune support oils that we can possibly go to. So when your immune system is really starting to feel like it's working, and that you feel like something is up, the On Guard Plus soft gels are actually the number one thing that I suggest people go to. The sooner you can digest one of those and take them in the first 24 hours consistently. You can have one every 2 to 4 hours for the first 48 hours if you need to. And we never do suggest that you have them for more than 10 days. And that goes for oregano as well in terms of taking it internally, simply because we want to give your liver a bit of a break after 10 days. It's a lot to process because it is so strong. So please go to it early. One of the things with our immune system and our whole body and well-being is about being proactive and being aware and being sensitive to when our bodies are starting to feel a little different, when we're noticing a little sniffle or a little soreness in the back of the throat or a little lethargy maybe that is more than what we might expect. These are all just little signs that our body's asking for us to pay attention to. So the last one here just to highlight is frankincense, and you see it here in the roller bottle as it comes in one of the immunity kits. And this is such a wonderful way. Again, it's pre-diluted in the fractionated coconut oil, so it's very simple to apply topically. And this is great also for when there are cells on your skin. Like I have had some skin damage in the last few years. So applying frankincense topically is supporting the healthy cellular death of those cells on the surface of the skin directly. So just one more time, I want to show you these kits here so you can just see what comes in them. In that first immunity kit, you get wild orange, purify, the On Guard oil, and then the On Guard line also gives you the hand wash, which comes with a beautiful hand pump, and then the On Guard hand sanitizing mist. You also get the On Guard toothpaste. You get 10 small little sample sizes, which are great to travel with. And then you also have the On Guard dental floss, which is brand new and you can only get in this kit. In the second kit, you also get the On Guard mouthwash in a small travel size container as well, and a tongue scraper. Again, you can only get these in this kit. And then you also will get those On Guard Plus soft gels in there, and On Guard beadlets, which are the On Guard oil in these tiny little beadlets that you can just put in your purse or your pocket and easily share with people, or put one in your mouth yourself. And then you also get tea tree oil and grapefruit oil, which is again one of these beautiful citrus oils. And then in the third immunity kit, you get a couple more of these On Guard hand sanitizers. As you can see, these are so helpful. They come in each of the kits, and they're great to put all around the house, in the bathrooms, in the car, right now, anywhere that we can encourage people to be using these. These are also great, again, just because we're working with the oils, we're not working with chemicals. So when we are using a lot of hand sanitizers, maybe that are going around, just be aware of the synthetic chemicals that you're using in a lot of the ones that are out there, and consider the On Guard hand sanitizer as a really wonderful natural alternative to that. So then you also have in this last one, more of these these hand wipes here, which are also brand new. And you get 5 of these, 5 of those samples there. And then you get some of the empty veggie capsules. And this is where one of the great ways that you can use the oils, particularly like the On Guard, the oregano, tea tree, all these citrus oils, is you can ingest these and use these internally. And I'd love it if you're unfamiliar with oils, and if you haven't started using them and you're not sure, come to one of our basics classes Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. You can attend a class and we'll teach you about how you can use them topically, internally, and aromatically. And so putting them in the veggie capsules is how we can use them internally. And then you're also getting, in that third one, a small bottle of the frankincense touch, a larger bottle of the On Guard touch, and the breathe oil and the stronger oil. So these are wonderful kits. Again, they retail for $100 each. And on your loyalty rewards order, you can get them for just $60 each. And then you also have the ability to add on things. So adding on the On Guard Plus soft gels, or the oregano oil, or some of these other ones will be available for you for much more discounted prices as well, if you're interested in those. So if you have any questions at all, please do reach out to me. Here's my info. amy@love2behere.com, or www.love2behere. That's LOVE, the number 2, the letter B, HERE.com. And I would love to be able to support you in your wellness journey. So happy full moon. Again, I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Many blessings.